Here I am, Leon C., aka Morpheus. Now, through extensive, painstaking labor and conversation about relationships. And again, I must say, this is not my MO, and this is not my usual subject, but it looks like a lot of it's been given to me on my table. It's been provided for by people that you probably know of in your own town. See, I've been going around doing a little survey with men, and we've been having a conversation about women, and specifically American women. And I'm gonna go ahead and make things a little very simple so we can all understand. I'm gonna give you the Shangri-La in just a minute, so just bear with me because this may take a while, but we're gonna get to the point. Most men that I've spoken to, I asked them about how old they want this lady to be, what she requires, what he requires her to have at a certain age, at a certain time of her life. And this men had the majority of them, there may have been two of them who would say that her age don't matter as long as she's not grandma. And her having kids don't matter as long as she knows how to balance the responsibility between the kids. But most of the men and college students, yes, I had to go to the colleges for this as well, they would always say she needs to be young, and they would prefer for her to at least have no kids. At least. And the majority of the men, at least a lot of them, I would say, they understand a little bit of the red pill. Not all of it. They're at least getting to the full throttle of it, but they know the red pill and its introductory entitled. So that leads me to draw an understanding in a very powerful, impactful message that women need to receive from men. And I'm speaking for the majority of men, not all, but the majority of men. There are a few betas. Trust me. There are some men who are just what you would say they're just interested in donkey dunking and nothing else. Where the woman can bring just that to the table. She can just bring her body and that's it. He's satisfied with that. Send her upon her way. But there are some men who want more than that. Men who want their own child. There are some men who still want to get married. There are men who are interested in having a decent conversation about the future with these modern day women. And it's not that they don't seem to comprehend the message, it's that they don't want to comprehend the message. They don't want to understand what men want. And most of them don't know what men want. They actually think the majority of men is all about sex, even though men are interested in donkey dunking. In truth, even though men, because it's in their nature to be visual creatures, because they don't mind laying down in the sheets for a little while. Okay, that's comprehensive, but that doesn't mean that that's all that men are interested in. Men want more than that. Men are interested in other things that women have to offer to the table. And there's something that I'm going to bring to you that we probably know already, but I'm going to make it very thoroughly clear. It's called endurance and longevity. That's if he's going to be monogamous, that is. If he's looking for a stable relationship, even if he's not monogamous and he's looking for a harem. If he's looking for 3 or 4 wives, if he's looking for women who's going to be just committed and loyal to him, he still prefer for them to be on the rim and the line of longevity. He's still interested in this girl having the potential to last for a while. So this particular dilemma is laid upon my plate. And I'm going to give it to you Morpheus style, and I'm not going to be nice about this. So if you are a child, please leave. Okay? And what I mean is, if you're going to get into your feelings, you can exit right now, because I'm not going to feel sorry for you and your feelings. If you are immature and you want to debate me, I don't mind positive criticism or criticism. I don't mind your thoughts and your opinions, because you do have that. But I'm going to let you know right now, okay, I don't give a damn about what you think or feel about the facts. The facts is going to be the facts, because it seems to be that you modern women don't want to take it any other way. You don't want men to actually try to come up with a compromise and tell you nicely the way that it is, because you don't accept it that way. You don't accept it when men are trying to break it down to you with logic, with what do you call that? Colorful background music in the choir, with your so-called gesture of a Lord that you follow. No. That's not how you accept facts. That's not what tinkles your fancy. What tinkles your fancy is when men take the gloves off and tell you directly in your goddamn face. You love it when men are just raw with it, when they roll up a newspaper like you do a dog and smack them across their damn nose, where the dog can quickly understand that they took a crap right there in the middle of the living room floor. That's the only way that some people, and generally the modern day women, really get the gesture of what us men are trying to tell you. So I'm not going to be nice to you like the rest of those betas, because I'm not a beta. I'm not going to be nice to you like the rest of those nice guys, because I'm not a nice guy. I'm not going to beat around the bush and try to be politically correct, because you all want to be politically correct because you're scared of stepping on somebody else's toes. I don't mind it. I got big feet any old damn way, so I'm going to step on somebody's damn toes. Your problem is that you think most men want your rusted, busted, crusty, wrinkled, stanky, worthless, left behind, overused body and self when you are in your decline, and you think that you can put a high price on you. You think that you can live your life. You think that you think that as a brand new Corvette or Camaro, you can be driven all the way across damn town, run up your tachometer to about 200 to 300,000 miles, and you still going to have the same price tag as you did when you was a brand new Camaro. I did say Corvette, but I'm going to say Camaro because let me stop. No. I'm going to go ahead and let you have it. The hell with that. No, because a lot of you think that you are a high quality vehicle. You think that you're something and you're not. It's almost like you think you're in a sports car, but in a supercar, but you're in a sports car. You know, there's a difference between a Corvette and a Camaro, depending on how you spice it up and you tune it up. C21 or whatever else that you think you're driving. And oftentimes with a Camaro, it's not going to be truly stock, ready to combat, ready to burn up the wheels, ready to get out there and do some competition, not like a Corvette. Okay, Corvette is made like that generally, especially from stock. You got to do some special things to your Corvette, and you got to get a special package made specifically for competition if it's going to be great for you. So a lot of you think that, you're a Koenigsegg, but you're nothing but a Ford Taurus. And then you get up on YouTube platform or somebody's podcast, and you're talking about you on a six-figure man, but you as old as grandma. You as backwashed or as any leftover swimming pool or a bathtub that somebody took a bath in. And you expect for people to accept you as clean. You expect to have kids to wash up in your nasty, stinky, used up bath water. Because of your hypergamy. Let me break that down for you, because some of you hate yourself. So because you hate yourself so much, you think men like myself is speaking hate speech about you when we speaking facts. Because the truth is something that we like to run around in this modern day life, this modern day functionality, because the truth hurts. So it bothers us when people speak the truth. So when they speak the truth, You consider it as hate speech and have nothing to do with hatred. Morpheus never said that he hated anyone. Never on my platform have I ever said I hated a black woman, I hated a white woman, I hated a Mexican, or an Asian. When I'm having a conversation, I'm discussing things, I'm talking about the raw facts and tell you like it is. Just like when you have a best friend. No, I may not be your best friend, but I talk to you like you are my best friend. I'm your best friend. Your best friend is going to tell you the damn truth, whether you like it or not. Do you got what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you exactly the way that it is. I don't have to hold back because you're my friend. If I'm your friend, I'm going to keep it real. Some of you go ahead and make a bath water. You wash your stinky, rusted, ratchet ass up in this bath water. You get done, you know good and damn well that you got excess bacteria, dirt, grime, and old skin in this bathtub. You know it. You can see it. There's no more suds. And so you dry yourself off, right? You know good and God well that if you have some kids in the front room, you know you need to check, and you say, okay, my kids need to take a bath now because you took a bath first for some whatever reason. Would you have your kids wash up in the same dirty, nasty, ratchet, bad, dirtied up bath water with scales and rims all around the tub that you just used? Or would you drain the water out, you wash it, you clean it, and allow these kids to come in so you can have a fresh bath water to cleanse themselves in, right? That makes sense, doesn't it? I know it makes sense. For most of you, I'm sure it is. If it don't make sense to you, please get off of my channel because I don't like your dusty, nasty ass over here anyway. You're trifling. Get the hell off of my channel. Even your doctors, a dermatologist, a psychologist, a person with anybody would tell you, you need to clean your damn bath water out. Clean it out before you bring somebody else in, such as a child or a newborn baby. Yes, definitely a newborn baby. Clean the bathroom. But most of you modern women, yeah, I'm going to tell you like the hell it is. Most of you modern women, what you do is just like that. How do you do it? There is, I told you before, the mind, the body, and the spirit contains a certain amount of energy like an empty canvas. And your canvas must be clean, pure, and virtuous. It must be clean, pure, and virtuous if you're going to go into a new relationship and if you're going to saddle up. I didn't say settle. Listen, moron. I didn't say settle. I said saddle. You know what saddle means? Saddle, like when you get a horse, you take a saddle and you stabilize it on the horse. You brace it on the horse. There's another word that I was getting ready to say. Mount it. There you go. You mount it on the horse and you strap it on. To saddle, meaning you're getting ready. Meaning you're going to move forward. See, in your American, broken, sick, backwards, upside down, retard program society, y'all have accepted this word called settling. What did I just say? Did I just say settling? Or do I have to repeat myself like Umar? Settling. You use a word called settling when the word is actually called saddling. Your grandma and your grandpa saddled up to get the job done. You and your ideology, your mindset is to say settle. Settle is all sorts of contradictory. Settle is all sorts of conundrums of destruction. Settle is a monstrum of, of disappointing, downtrodden, limited, lofty uncertainty of a bored idea or life or function. When you think of the word settle, that's why they use trigger words. I told you before in my other audio, there is several trigger words. Settling is one of them. That's how I'm able to see people. One time, I'm putting it like this. Oftentimes when I listen to individual people, I hear what you say and I watch your actions. So it's not just, well, don't listen to what a person say, watch what they do. No, sometimes what you say matters as well, because it lets you know just how programmed you are. Because however you go by the program, how you discuss what's in a man is going to come out. What's in a man is going to come out. What's in a man is going to come out. And I'm not just talking about your fecal matter either. Because your fecal matter can come out of your mouth too, for most of you. And then what happens is it goes into somebody else's ear in their unconsciousness and block out their consciousness and make them fall asleep. So where they understand a thing, not overstand a thing. You see how I put that together? You will understand a thing and not overstand a thing, because you accept it for what it is. And therefore you get these programmed words such as settling or submission or to be submissive. So you'll look at those words as being less than what you can, or being underneath the tyranny or control of a man. That's why they put the words out there, because the whole idea, ladies and gentlemen, mainly you women, modern women, is to keep you away from your man, to keep your home powerless, to remove the logic from your home. So to do that, let's change your vocabulary and how you see things, and who's the most manipulated, who's the most easiest to use as a pawn piece on the chessboard, then that or who is mostly emotional. So it's not settling, it's settling. Grandma or grandpa saddled up for a relationship because it takes work. Marriage takes work. Relationship is a job. It's a second job. You got to make sacrifices. You got to put yourself aside, especially if you got children. You really got to sacrifice then, because your children come first. Your children's problems matter. Their issues is very vital to the survival of your relationship or of your gene pool. So therefore, you got to put aside your side missions and the little things that you like to do, or hobbies that you once did when you was without a child or single. So you have no choice but to saddle up. So let's move forward here. Given why I say this, all right, during the excursion or the journey in a woman's life, because of these wayward words, because of the modern day life, I won't say life, excuse me, because we're not living, we're dead zombie ass people. No, because we function. That's the word. You see how I'm using words? I will always do that in my audio. I throw words at you like that so you can comprehend what I'm saying, where I'm coming from. The correct or sick mistake that we got here in the westernized dumb world. First world idiots. Okay. No, in our function. See, let me make things clear, because a lot of my clients, a lot of the men that I've spoken to, a lot of the college soon to be grads, and especially those who are going online and those who are looking to date, they're rather frustrated, because most women that they talk to, they'll say, well, I am going for my PhD and I don't want a man right now. I don't have time for a relationship. I just want to get my money. I want to get the bag. And you deal with it however you want to deal with it. So a lot of the men, they're not really finding wives or girlfriends like they can on campuses or off campuses. So a lot of the men as well, they're being, you can say, sexually frustrated. They're a little upset. But again, this is a new thing. This isn't something that just happened. This is the way that life used to operate, let's just say in the old days, 1940s, 50s, 60s, because it was all about unity, coming together, making a family and a home. Now it's, well, I don't need to get married soon. I don't have to get in a relationship. I don't have to practice being a wife. I'm going to be a wife when I get good and ready to feel like being a wife, when I am older. But in the meantime, listen up, men. Listen carefully, women that know this, that other women are doing. They'll say, well, when I feel like it when I get older, but in the meantime, instead of using the word settling, they use the word settling. When I feel like settling down, when I feel like settling down, then I will do that when I feel like it. But in the meantime, I'm going to have my fun. I'm young. I'm still young right now. I'm still 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, etc. Now, men are, let's flip the script here. I'm trying to draw you a line here. I'm making a description here before I really go hard into it. Since I haven't did it yet, but I'm really going to go hard in. So, brace the bedboard. So, at this time, men are interested in a woman who is feminine, fit, cooperative. Feminine, fit, cooperative. And I'm going to add several others to it. Young, vibrant, functional, not bitter, and supportive. And to give kudos to Kevin Samuels, I think Kevin Samuels came up with the feminine, fit, and cooperative thing, if I'm not saying it wrong. But that's okay, because this is my channel, and I don't copy off of anyone, just giving him credit if that's something that he said. However, at the ranges of between 21 and 26, I would say, 26 being the latter part before things start changing, age 27, those are very vital years. Those are years that men are interested in, especially high value men. But she rather burn up the bridges. And this is how she burned the bridges. Now here she's running the bathwater now. Listen, now the bathwater is being ran. She's starting to wash up in the bathwater now. Okay? And so what will happen is she'll spend that time with F boys, with guys who are going to pump and dump, with the bad boy, with the thugs, with the useless boys who are betas, guys who don't have their act together, guys who want to lie to her, even the majority of them who may be older than her, but they just want to get in her panties and leave her standing there, which that's what they do. Okay, some of them who aren't willing to settle down. See, you got to understand, these girls are a pride and a joy. They are a prize to a percentage to some men who really want to settle down and be monogamous, because she can do that. She has a potential to do it because she's not labored nor burdened with all the choices that she may desire to make as she gets older. She's not jaded, and her speedometer isn't so, it's not written. And again, like I said, she's not a Camaro with 300,000 miles on her speedometer. All right. She has low mileage. And I've explained this before as well. Any man who's a car collector, when you have a classic car, the less you drive it, the better. If you're going to plan on reselling it, you understand? If it's going to maintain its market value, it has to have minimum mileage on it, so it can be respected, so it can be honored. If it has high mileage on this car, the value is going to decrease. Car salesmen will tell you that when you try to do a buy here, pay, when you try to sell your car back, when you try to give it back, when you try to do the Carfax, the mileage on the cars matter, because it will indicate most times wear and tear, powertrain warranty, things of that stature and nature. Do you understand? The less, the better. The more, the worse. Some cars that get the most value are newer cars with low mileage. So she spends this time in quality, again, from 21 to 26 years old, wasting her time. She'll say, I don't want a relationship. I'm going to get the bag. My mom told me never to depend on a man. I don't want to settle. I'm just going to I'm going to do whatever I want to do. I'm going to get a PhD. I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be a nurse. I'm going to keep on doing that. I'm going to tell nature when I get ready. I'm going to freeze my eggs. I want to play the game. I want to jump on the donkey dunk carousel. I'm going to go ahead and go to girls' night out. I'm going to have hot girl summer. So what she's doing now, she's bathing her water now. Listen, now she's bathing in the water. She's washing herself. She got all this bacteria and stuff. And, she's washing her hair. The suds is going right into the tub as I'm speaking. And also, she's increasing the speedometer. Her mileage is increasing and the value isn't decreasing. Men's value don't decrease with how many women that he lays with, but a woman's value does because of nature. That's just the way it works. Yet it's kind of sad that women find men attractive when they have a high body count, which is still kind of sick, but they do it anyway. There should be a modest percentage of experience. Sure, she doesn't mind being with the man who's experienced, but at the same time, they have this backwards thinking that, well, if nobody wants him, why should I want him? Okay, what if you got an STD? You gonna want him anyway? That's where I'm not even going to get into it, but that is why a lot of your American people, if you look at the statistics of who have STDs or not, it is pretty much inflammatory in some of the hot states. California, Florida, the lower southern type of states, and some on the east and some on the west. The middle is a hit and miss type of thing, but still there's some spots there. Why is this? And especially when you have the majority of women who are chasing the top 20% of men. And the top 20% of men who don't have careful sexual relations, again, donkey dunking. They don't use a raincoat. They just enter into them without any precautions. And then there's like 50 other women that he's going to meet probably in a year's period or several months. I don't know, something like that. Somewhere around that crazy number. Something's going to happen. The condom breaks. There's going to be oops situation. There's going to be some body fluid exchange somewhere by accident. Maybe even orally that can happen as well when they end up with so-called of bumps around their mouth, right? Canker sores, cold sores, this sort of thing. Bumps on their tongue. It's just indications that there is somewhat of a bacteria exchange going on. There is a viral sickness of an exchange that's going on between her and that man. But you know what? She don't care because guess what? She wants him because everybody wants him. So she don't mind being the carrier of this STD. Thank God that the majority of the other men who aren't getting any is actually being saved and they don't know it. Let the idiots, this is my expression, let the dead bury the dead, the living will continue to live. Okay? That's what my usual statement is when it comes to dumb situations like this. Retard, but yet we're PhD idiots. Can't figure it out. However, the whole point of the matter is she gets herself in these type of bad situations. These maelstroms of sicknesses, these I need to go and get my shot type of situation. I need to go and get some pills. I need to go get this STD cleansed. Right? I need to go back to Planned Parenthood and get myself checked because of this sort of situation. And then all of a sudden, when she start reaching 32, 33, 34, now she's going to try to say, well, I want a male now. I want a high value male now. Now I want to get to a relationship. Now I want to find somebody who's going to accept me at my decline. I want to find somebody who's going to accept me after I done wore out my my powertrain. After my transmission is on its last gear, after the engine don't have the power like it used to. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a difference between an old car and a new car. As a mechanic, I can tell you this. There is a difference. See, a lot of time women don't get this idea. Men do, the logic behind it. Men understand this. Where when you drive in a vehicle that's pretty much old, you can take care of it, you can maintain it. And to maintain this vehicle, which is a relationship in yourself, it takes self-discipline. It takes work. You got to put the work in. You got to do the tuning. You got to put the proper recommendations from the manufacturer for the oil, for the fuel, and for the transmission. You got to change the power steering. You got to change the ball joints. You got to change the struts. You got to do the exhaust pipes. You got to do everything that needs to be done, especially the muffler. Yes, I just said it. That's why I said exhaust pipes, everything that comes with it. Duh. Be stupid somewhere else. Dummy. So, yeah. So all these components add to the function of the car. But what did I just say at the beginning? It takes work. It takes work to maintain yourself. It takes work to have self-discipline. Say, no, I don't want a donkey dunk yet. No, I don't need social media. I don't need Instagram because I want to wait for the right type of guy. No, I don't want to go out to girls' night out because I know it's going to be negative. No, I'm not going to do hot girl summer. That's Kevin Samuels right there, hot girl summer. He said that. Kudos to him. But anyhow, no, I'm not going to do hot girl summer. No, I'm not going to go out here and fall into the temptation that is available for me because I'm 24 years old. I'm hot and I'm cute. I'm going to stay home and I'm going to keep myself virtuous. Here we go. What she's saying is this. Listen up for you who have wax in your ear and your consciousness. What she's saying is, yes, I am going to take my car and instead of driving it to hell and doing donuts in the road and traveling across town everywhere, I'm going to park my car in the garage and save it. I'm going to keep it polished. I'm going to tune it up and I'm not going to run up the miles. So when you open up the car door, it's still going to smell fresh, like fresh leather and not a can of mackerel fish. Do you understand what I am saying? So I am going to do my best to maintain myself. I'm going to keep my hair natural. I'm going to keep my skin free of tattoos. I'm going to keep myself free of STDs. I'm going to keep my mind and my body cleansed of negative energies that I could otherwise pick up from men who want to pick me up and lay me down on the bed and donkey dunk and leave me dangling there. So therefore, she will have the potential to find her or keep her a decent man who will see her as a valuable asset in his life. Do you understand? But no. Here in the modern day, no, women are saying, no, I don't care about that. There's going to be men who's going to accept me, whether they like it or not. God's going to give me a relationship. God's going to bring the right man to me after I'm 34, 35 years old. God's going to do it. All I got to do is pray. All I got to do is go to the cathedrals. I'm going to do some candles because gesture is going to save me in this situation. There's always going to be men who's going to come after me. Well, let me tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, and let me go ahead and be raw with this. Now I can take the gloves off again. I'm going to switch it to a higher gear. We're going to speed up a little bit on this one. I'm going to tell you exactly how it is as myself. All right? You may not know me, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. And as I said before, I may not be a high value male, depending on what your definition of it is, but I am a high quality male. Do you got me? I have the pick of the litter. I can pick and choose. I see these girls daily. And oftentimes I am the target. And what I have noticed on the often is a lot of these women, when they learn their lesson, y'all need to check this out. When they learn their lesson, it is way after they have ran up their bill. It's way after they're 35, 32 something years old or 31 years old. And now they finally want to get serious after saying, I chased my career. I went out to girls' night out. I have 2 children. And I want to settle down finally with a man. And she got tattoos from the top of her head to the bottom of her feet. She has earrings everywhere on her body. Her hair is fake or colored. She got nip tuck here and there, surgery here and there. She been to Planned Parenthood a couple of times. She needs to get herself cleansed a couple of times. And she's on psycho medicine. And let's just say, okay, Morpheus, I want you to buy me at a high price. Are you out of your mind, lady? I can go and buy a brand new car. Why would I want to be? There's a girl who's 24, 23 years old, and she's in a garage right now. And the buyer is saying, Morpheus, you can buy this. It's for this amount of price. I'll look at this car and say, well, possibly you might have a sale on your hands, sir. I might just come through and check it out. You may have a chance of success there because it's everything I want it to be. Low mileage, low stress, and what did I just say in the beginning of the audio? Longevity. Meaning she's going to stay that way at least a little bit longer, at least. She's going to stay looking good at least a little longer. But yet you got most women, modern women saying, oh, at 32, 44, 55, 66. Yes, I said it. Oh, I still want you to buy me at a very high price. I want you to buy me at the same value point as a 24-year-old girl who's been in a garage reserved. But yet the difference is my leather don't smell like leather anymore. It smells like raw, rotted carcass. The wheels on my car is bald. Can't you see with the gray hair that's on my head and the color that's in my hair and the fake braids that I have to put as extensions in my hair and the fake wig I got to put on and the snuffleupagus eyebrows I got to pull on? That's a bonus to CG, Coach Greg. My snuffleupagus eyebrows, right? My pumped up face from eating too many sausages, pig fat, grease, candy, and what do you call that? Slushies from the Speedway gas stations. Oh yeah, I want you to go ahead and accept me this way, even though I know that I'm not worthy of it, but I think I am because the way society is. Because here's the thing. Here we go. I switched it up on you. This is why. Because listen, men like myself and others, you may be smashable. What that means is if we get together and you say, hey, I got a minute. Do you have a minute? Are you feeling it? Are you feeling me? You want to go bang it out? You hear me? I just might say, sure. I just might take you around Mount Kilimanjaro for a good hour and a half. You may sweat for a good hour and a half. I'll make you drip for an hour and a half. Whatever you want to take, I will take you there for an hour and a half. I will make you, let me stop. You'll pull your own hair out for about an hour and a half. Trust me. The windows will be foggy for an hour and a half. Someone may be thinking next door that we're fighting for an hour and a half. Walls will be vibrating for an hour and a half. But guess what, lady? I am not going to keep you. Just like when I get done working on a car, when my hand is full of grease, in this case, I guess wet, but when my hands is full of grease, guess what? I'm going to wipe my hands off and I'm going to tell the owner the job is done. You're not going to be kept. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Men aren't going to tell you the truth because they're doing this themselves. That doesn't mean that they are high quality male. Oftentimes, they're just a man. So most men, whether they are honest with you up front or not, you will get the booty. Do you understand? You will get men in your DMs. You will get men who may chase after you. Men may come by and give you a couple of hours after 11 o'clock, whatever day of the week that it might be. Men may come and get you when your children are asleep. They may have a good time with you on Saturday when you got your 3 kids who are babysitted by your sister or your mother, and he takes you to his crib or a hotel and get in the hotel. But we are not going to keep you. We're going to kiss the fish and we're going to throw it right back in the water and you're done. And this happens every so often after the age of 32, 33, 34. It's going to keep on happening over and over again. You're going to get kissed and thrown back in the water. Kissed and thrown back in the water. Kissed and your ass is going to be thrown right back in the water all over again to be left to someone else who may see you as a quality, but you're only going to be quality for an hour and a half or less. Most times, I'm not gonna say most times, sometimes lesser than that, where you don't even get your opportunity of getting your pleasure. They'll get theirs because that's what you set yourself up to be. Let me say that again, because that's what you set yourself up to be. Because guess what? What are you bringing to the table? Now we're getting to the fourth gear now before the fifth gear. Check this out. Let me grill it home to you. Because now you're hitting the age close to 40 years old. Now you're in trouble now. Now you are really struggling relationship. You really think that men are just dogs. Now you're thinking all men want is one thing. Now you're frustrated. Now you don't understand where the wind blows, and you tried being with the same sex. Yes, you did. You know, you tried the side chick sort of thing. You tried the waiting thing. You tried pulling men out of your friend zone, but it didn't work. Why is this? Because when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. What did I say in the beginning? The years between 21 and 26, you spent that time and some getting your career, getting your PhD. And you also said, most women also said this: I will settle down when I feel like it, when I get ready to. I'm going to tell nature to wait on me. I'm going to freeze my eggs. That's what I'm going to do. I don't feel like depending on a man right now. I don't want to depend on a man. I don't need to depend on a man. But yet you do get a man anyway. Yeah. You want a man anyway for your good. Of course you do. Certainly. You want to spend a few minutes with your guy. And you do. And you will. One way or the other. You're not going to go for like 32 years and you're a virgin. Get the hell out of here. Nobody's stupid. You're not going to go for 33 to 36 years and you are a virgin. Get the hell out of here, especially in the 2020s. Y'all don't have the discipline for it. That's evidence on social media. Okay, men aren't stupid anymore. They got the red pill. At this point, going to the fifth gear. Now she's frustrated. Now she's trying to repackage herself in the church. Now she's trying to say, I'm a Christian woman. I don't do things like that anymore. I'm cleansed. My past don't matter. Accept me for who I am. Yeah, I had 2 or 3 kids, but that's when I was young. I made mistakes. That's when I was 19 years old and I was a dodo, where some of you are still a dodo now. So you're trying to make an excuse. Still a dodo because she'll say she's single while she's mixing with her ex-boyfriend. Yeah, I said it. I said it. Yes, I did. Morpheus did. Yeah, you'll say you single while you messing with your ex-boyfriend. Get the hell out of here. Shut that noise down. Turn off the light switch and get the hell out of here. Get gone. Get gone with the BS. Get gone. They'll say I'm single while they're messing with several different guys weeks at a time. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here. Take that bagel off of the toaster. Keep it moving. Take your tray and keep it walking. There's other people that need to be served. You just got served. You got served. You had your servings. Get the hell on somewhere else with your lies. They just want to say, I'm single, because most men want to hear a woman say, I'm single. When women hear a man say, I'm not single, she say, that's a competition. That's a challenge. I like that he's not single. I'm going to take him from her woman, from his woman. Oh, you say you married? Ooh, that's competition. I like that. That means you must be marriage material. Whatever that she likes in you, I want to find out. I guess you must be a safe zone, so I'm going to try to be with you. That's good. Most women aren't going to say, oh, I'm married, because most men will say, oh, you're married? Oh, I'm good. Or it'll indicate that you're definitely going to have a one-night stand, but you're gone, if they want to mess with a married wife. And it happens, and married women do that. Just because you got a ring on your finger don't mean you're going to be loyal. Let me say that again for some of you who are just, you're deaf and you're hard of hearing. Apparently. Just because you're married don't mean that you are not going to donkey dunk with someone else outside of the marriage, because you do. And you do it all the time. Half the society is not monogamous. Most of you are in a polygamous situation. Most of you are dating multiple people at one time. You leave from one person, you wash up and you cleanse yourself, you wait for the next week to meet a different person. This is why oftentimes you'll meet a girl or somebody who say, well, I'm just too busy, I have other things to do, I can't accept you right now, because their roster is full already of other suitors and people who's banging it up. Yes, it's true. And some of you like to be this microcosm to say, well, it's not in my world. I don't ever have it like that. I don't have a bullpen. I don't have men like that. I don't know what you're talking about. Where's these women at? Stop playing the fool. Stop playing stupid. Because it happens. Women play that game. You just want to play like a dodo bird and pretend like you don't see the elephant in the room. Shut that noise down. It happens, especially in the 21, 26, 27 age range. So get the hell out of here with your dumbness. We don't need your dumbness and this disease over here in this academy of wow, man. Save that for you and your broken down Western society. Not over here, sir. We have solutions over here, madam. So the end result is you end up alone at the age of 50 years old or so. You end up bitter at the age of 56 or so years old. You end up lost at the age of 50 or so. You end up upset. You end up trying to deter your own daughters or other women away from being in a monogamous, steady, simple relationship because you are bitter. You end up talking to other women or girls. Here's another thing. I'm gonna defend women for a minute here. Hold on. I'm gonna defend these women for a moment here. Too bad I don't have my tea with me. I left it in my refrigerator. But since I'm out here, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. It's kind of hard on my throat. See if I can have something here. You know, it's one of those things where you have it, not need it, and you don't have it. That's kind of terrible. So I'm gonna have to talk a little slower because I don't want to burn up my utensil here to be able to speak to you. I defend younger women because they have to suffer underneath the tyranny of 50-year-old has-beens who have burnt their bridges, and now they're so bitter, they're so mad, they're so frustrated, where they want to put down younger women and call them babies, call them little girls. So when a man like myself and others are willing to buy a car which is fresh with low mileage around the ages of 20 or so, we got the means to do so. We got the property to do so. We got the responsibility to do so, and we acceptable to do so. But the 50 or the 40-year-old has-been, which most times end up being the mother, she don't want her daughter to blossom. She don't want her daughter to succeed where she have failed. Did you hear what I said? She's so bitter. She's so frustrated. This woman is so angry at the world that she lost her opportunity. She's so mad at herself because she was too busy trying to get her PhD for 30 years that she missed being a wife. What did I just say? What the hell did I just say? She was too busy for the past 30 years or 20 years, most likely 30 years, chasing her PhD, her master's degree, her doctorate, her nurse, whatever she wanted to be. Everything except being a wife. Everything except being a compatible mate. Everything except being feminine. She'd rather be masculine and not feminine. Then all of a sudden, she loses her opportunity because she wanted to be a program puppet of the society instead of being a dutiful, supportive asset for a man. She realized the harsh reality after she's 46, after she's 30 something years old, and men don't want to be with her. Men will smash her. Men won't be with her. Yeah, men will have sex with her, basically, for some of you who are children, and men won't be with her thereafter. Then you ask her, where's your ring? Well, I used to be engaged. Yeah, that's nothing. Winning is winning, madam. Either you go through the checker flag, that's winning. If you never go through the checker flag, you didn't win at all. It don't matter if you're second place, third place, fourth place, fifth place. You did not win. You didn't get the trophy. You didn't succeed. So most of them say, well, I've been engaged twice. Yeah, ma'am, but you're not engaged now. You're not even married. You're not in a relationship. But anyhow, so they end up attacking the girls who do have an opportunity. So what they'll tell other men, they'll say, oh, you're a cradle robber because you want a woman who's younger than me. You're a cradle robber because instead of buying me at a high price, you rather buy a car at the price where it's supposed to be. Uh-oh. Did you hear what I just said? You rather go buy a brand new car that's going to last long instead of buying this used down, broken, loud pipes. It don't turn on like it used to. No power like it used to. The seats are raggedy. You got to spend more money in this car than what it's worth. You might as well buy a brand new car, which is a younger, vibrant, feminine, fit, productive, supportive woman who's going to be the, who's going to be the functionary of your world and not a anvil and a problem or a corrosive agent. Do you understand? So these older women realize that, then they want to fight the younger women. You know how they fight the younger women? By not telling them the truth. By telling the younger women, you don't need a man. Go out there and get your career. You don't need a man. Don't get married at the age of 27, 25, 26, 28. Don't be supportive of your man. He's trying to control you because he has a direction for your life, but he's trying to control you. Don't dress the way he wants you to. Dress the way the society wants you to. Don't cook and clean for him. He can cook and clean for himself. Why? Because this older has-been who warped herself out, who lost her opportunity, wants this younger girl to lose her opportunity just as well. Then when it's all said and done, you know what that older lady's trying to do? You know what that has-been's trying to do? Trying to get a man like me. And I'm tired of it. I am tired of you rusted, busted, left behind, useless, over the weight scale, bogged down with ill responsibilities, left over, need a psychiatrist, your own psychomedications, and you don't know which way the wind blows, trying to get with a high quality male like myself. I'm tired of it. And then you get mad when I reject you. The moment I reject you, I'm all sorts of misogynist. I'm all sorts of woman hating. I'm all sorts of perverts because I don't want you and your used up high mileage baggage. And I'm not talking about just for myself. I'm speaking for men. When I'm saying me, I'm talking about most men. Now we're considered as gay because we don't want to accept you in your decline. If I have $50,000, I'd rather spend $50,000 if I'm going to spend it on a brand new car, which is worth its value point, than to spend $50,000 on a salvaged, repackaged, refurbished piece of junk, which is one leg in the salvage yard, the junkyard, and one leg on the street. At any moment, it can catch on fire. In any moment, this thing can leave me stranded on the highway like a BMW, a badly made woman. At any moment, the ECM can go out. At any moment, the engine can stop or freeze up or lock down. At any moment, the fuel injectors or the fuel pump will stop working. At any moment. Moment of silence, ladies and gentlemen. Think about it. Moment of silence. You think about it. Let you think about it. Even if you're illogical and emotional, just think about what I just said. Let me give you a moment. Think about it. Anytime a person wants to buy a new home or a home, they're not going to buy a home in which maintenance haven't been done and the home hasn't been cleaned out. You still got dirt, trash, leftover debris, broken chairs, dishes, tile hanging from the ceiling, lights barely work, the dishwasher machine don't wash dishes anymore, the floor is not mopped, the windows are bashed in, and the basement is flooded. Nobody who is looking to buy a home is going to buy that. Moment of silence, ladies and gentlemen, for the dummies who don't comprehend what I'm saying. If a man's going to be with a woman long term, that is, if he's going to be monogamous, if a man who is a high value man or a high quality man, okay, is looking to get something, he's going to look at its assets, the quality, what it can give him for his investment. When people buy things, they look at what this item can do for them more than what they can do for the item. You don't just buy something that you can just throw away tomorrow unless you got money like that. If that happens, guess what? You are one of those people who they just kiss and throw back in the water. It happens all the time. Sorry, but that's true. Let me take that back. No, I'm not sorry. I don't apologize. It is true. I get it on often where these women, 40, 50 years old, I don't know what's going on with these cougars. I don't know what's going on with these desperate women. I don't mind a woman approaching me. Don't listen. You need to understand something about what I'm saying. A lot of men may not get this, but I'm pretty sure there is a large majority of them. I'm gonna take that back. There is a large majority of them. Men don't mind you approaching. That doesn't make you less of a woman. As a matter of fact, I applaud you if you do so. I don't mind women approaching me. I'm going to treat you with just as much respect as if you didn't say anything at all. But actually, I give you even more kudos because it takes confidence to do that. I understand. It takes confidence to accept being rejected. I get it. Nobody wants to hear the word, oh, well, I'm taken. I'm not available. Or no, not today. Or I'm not interested. Well, you can take my number. We'll talk sometime, maybe never. Nobody wants to feel like that they're not good enough. However that interaction happens. But when you do decide to approach a man or approach me per se, I can speak for myself with this one. Okay, you're going to be respected just the same. As a matter of fact, you may get a shot just for opening up your mouth. You don't even have to be my type of girl. If you approach me, I'm going to respect you. Immediately, I'm going to say, you know what? You are awesome. You are one out of a lot of them. So that makes you qualifiable. And I'm going to give you the respect that you want. Hell, I'll take you out just for approaching me. Because you're doing what most of the moron programmed modern day, I don't think for myself, I go with the programmed sheep like females aren't doing. So therefore, I will say, you know what? Because she took the chance, because she tried, because she put her best foot forward, because she used confidence, because she was certain of herself, because she took that chance to be rejected, because she was assertive, I'm going to do what I can for her in return. She is greatly appreciated for her actions. You will get points for that. But what I don't like is women who are above their age. What I mean is women who have hit the wall already. Women who did just what I just described in this whole audio. I went to get my PhD. I've been married like 2 or 3 different times. I gave all my good years to bad people, to bad men. And now I want to give you my leftovers. That I don't appreciate. You will get doused. You will get disappointed. I will roast you. And I will walk away from you. And I will look at you like something's wrong with you, because something is wrong with you. Because at that point, you're desperate. Because now that you know your eggs is done, Your chances are done. Your options are done. You chased your PhD. You gave all your body, your time to other men for free. Now you want to give me your leftovers. Hell no. I don't need, don't want, not interested in leftover, spoiled, probably molded spaghetti by now. Okay, you can save that for the dogs. That's what you take out to the garbage can and you dump it. Do you understand? It's happening more and more because women don't get it. Y'all are not understanding what men are trying to tell you. You're not trying to understand it. I don't want you at your decline. Do you get it? I don't want you when you gave all your cookies away. I don't need you, don't want you, not interested in you. Approach me at your will. But if you're going to do it when you have something to offer. Do it when you're 24, 25, 26, 27, or 28, or 28. Not when you getting 30 and 40 and you're getting gray hair, your back is starting to hurt. Your ex-boyfriend's in prison, you got 2 kids and you desperate, you're at home drinking wine and sleeping next to your dog. And now you figured it out, oh, maybe I should go out there and start hitting the pavement. Oh, it's too late now, it's too late now, madam. You should have thought of that when you was younger. Your mother should have told you different. She should have taught you better. But instead, you got a blue pill beta father and a weak, depressed, evil, and bitter mom saying, you should never do this. You should never do that. In the 2021s, are you out of your mind? Yes, you are. Instead of getting with the times and waking you the hell up, say, nah, you want to do what men can do what men can do. Be about your word. Put your money where your mouth is then. Put your money where your mouth is. You a bad bee. Put your money where your mouth is. Act like you got some good sense, right? Instead of telling you to woman up. Yeah, I said it. Instead of telling you to woman up, they want you to be traditional, like you're like, no, they want you to accept a man who was like 1940s, where he don't know nothing about what's going on today. So you can disenfranchise him, beat him across the head, take him to divorce, rob him, and get rid of him by taking his children, his proceeds, and his life away through stress and frustration. The hell with that. Yeah, your mom and your dad want what's best for you, but a lot of them, they're just too plain damn ignorant. Men aren't playing that game anymore, and they realize that they're not getting the best deal. Even the produce that they sell today, even commercials today, even when you go and you shop for whatever that you're going to shop for today, they're not dumb enough to try to sell you something that they know you can go somewhere else and get it at a better price. They're not dumb enough to give you something that's rotten and left over, knowing that you go across the street to Fazoli's or somewhere, or, who knows, Fridays, or some other fast food restaurant or something like that. And you can get it fresh off the table. As soon as you walk in the door, ma'am, here's your number. Okay, just have a seat. You're going to be waiting for 15 minutes, but trust me, when the plate comes out, it's going to be fresh. The competition is real. Do you not understand? But women aren't getting that. This is why I told you in a couple of my audios, I'm going to tell you again, in the 2023, that is the year 2023, you're going to see more single women than you ever saw in the history of America. You're going to see more women with children and no father around because men aren't playing that bush no more. We're not playing that game with y'all no more. We're not interested in getting you at your decline. We don't want your old, rusted, busted, ratchet vehicle. Don't approach me when you 50, 60, 40 years, something damn years old. You do it when you have something to offer. Do it when you're young enough. Do when you have the chance to do so. Because you know what? You're blindsided. That's what it is. You're blind and ignorant. Because you're not doing it because guess what? Because 90% of the men are already chasing you. Because everybody is flooding you. Everybody's giving you what you want. You can't get everything that you want. You're being deceived. I told you in my audios, the guy you really want to be with is the guy who's sitting at the far end of the bar, not the men who are around you. The men who are around you and you sitting on the bar, they want to buy you drinks. And they, oh, baby, look at you. They're looking at you up and down in your dress and stuff like that. The men who are surrounding you, those aren't the men for you, sweetheart. Do I have to spell it out for you? Those are not the men for you. The man who is for you is the man who is sitting all the way down there on the furthest end of the bar, sipping on his beer, not even paying attention to you. You don't exist to him. That's your guy. But in order to get him, you got to go down there and make yourself known. But too many of you bozo females don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. You don't want to woman up because it's too hard for you, because you don't know how to, because you haven't been taught how to. So what you want, and you acceptable, and here it is. You accept the thug, the ratchet, the so-called fake alphas, the real beta males, the aggressive, I just want to hit it and quit it type of guys, because you think, oh, he got confidence because he just came right up to me to speak to me. Ma'am, he just want to open you, split you, and leave. Do you not understand? The guy who do not realize that you are there is the guy who's not approaching you. The guy who's interested is the guy who's not trying to come up to you like that. That doesn't mean he don't have low confidence. That don't mean that he's not interested in being in a relationship with you. That doesn't mean that you're insignificant. What that means is he's on his grind. He's doing his thing. You understand? He has other prospects. You are not the most important person in his life, but you will be to him. He will be the most important aspect and asset in your life when you get 40, 50 years old. Because you're like, well, damn, where did all the good men go? Dang, where did they go? Where's all my good? Well, you was ignorant, ma'am. You was ignorant because you didn't think for yourself. You was a savvy, sappy, soft, deceived, manipulated female of the modern age. And you suffer for it, and you will suffer for it until you realize what you're doing to yourself. And then you mistake that when somebody donkey dunk with you, you think it's love. Madam, it's not love, it's lust. Any man can lust with you, but it's a rarity where you find a man who loves you because he have to love you for a reason. Did you just hear what I said? Any man can lust after you, but it's rare to find a man who will love you because he will love you for a reason. And what that reason is what you will be bringing to the table to him. As a valuable, low mileage, low used up, polished, maintained, taken care of, and tuned up automobile that he can peruse, function, travel, and get to one point of his life to the next point of his life with you as a positive generating asset in his world. Am I speaking Spanish? Am I speaking Chinese? Am I speaking Cantonese or Korean? Or do you not understand as an American woman? Or maybe I'm not even speaking nothing that you can comprehend. Maybe I'm speaking alien. Because clearly we don't comprehend this simple math. Clearly this is hard for some of you to, you know what? Check this out. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Go ahead and continue, because the year 2023 is going to be here. Don't worry about it. You're 24, 25, 32 years old. You'll be 40 pretty soon. Don't worry about it. Your dog is waiting for you at the dog pound, or wherever else you get your dog from, Uncle Bill's or whoever. Don't worry about it. The cat food will be waiting for you. Don't worry about it. The women's shelter will be waiting for you. Yeah, I said it. Don't worry about it, because the world is preparing themselves for women who want to go their own way and think they can survive on their own without a positive, high value, or a high quality male. Don't worry about it, because there's going to be an 18 and a 19-year-old girl who's going to say yes, while you 30 years old saying no. And when you're 40, everybody else is going to be telling you no. 50, most people are going to be telling you no. And 60, that's all you ever know is no. You will never hear another yes in your life. The only yes you hear is, yes, she was here, and yes, she is not here. So this is more like a message of warning to either get right earlier on or get bent out later on. But you know what? Y'all don't want to get it. Give quality where quality is due, and you value those assets. You value the quality of yourself because that's what men want earlier on. Later, you're not even good to yourself. You know full well most of you are no good to yourself. You know most of you need therapy. Most of you are on medications. Most of you are smoking weed just to survive. Most of you are drinking alcohol, wine, and whiskey when you go home. You know this. Most of you are getting banged out by Tyrone and Chad just to make it, just to feel good about yourself, knowing that you're doing nothing but degrading yourself further, just to get the feeling that somebody likes you. Because they're just naturally wanting the donkey dunk with you. But then while you're doing all this, you still think and consider yourself to be a worthy asset to a man to come along and be with you. You're still praying to God that he's going to accept you. But you know full well, God would not just be listening to your prayers. God would be listening to the prayers of him as well. And God is not going to give this man a used up, demented, manipulated blessing. If God's going to give this man a blessing, he's not going to give this man a blessing that belongs to the streets. Did you hear what I said? God is not going to give a man a village bicycle. If God's going to give a man a Eve or a Lilith or a companion, he's going to give this man a woman who's going to be worth his time, worth his wilds, worth his oats. Not a woman, once again, who's for the streets. When you give up your youth early on, I want to get a career early on, when you waste your time instead of practicing being a wife, instead of understand what it means to be a wife or companion, instead of practicing dealing with the opposite sex, when you can, then all of a sudden when you turn 32 and 40 years old, you're like, oh, I get it now. I figured it out. It's too late, but I figured it out. Guess what, ma'am? You can't transform. Because a woman has a thing called conformity. That's right. When you've been conforming to 50 to 60 other men from the ages of 35 and down, you've been conforming to other men. You can't conform to your new boyfriend. Therefore, he can't conform to you. Therefore, you make yourself worthless. So you take your pick. You modern women have to make a choice. And once again, this was given to me by multiple men. This has been the subject. This has been a hot topic because men have had enough. And this is a red pill. This isn't my usual subject, but I am talking about it today. You know who this is? This is your number one enlightenment power provider, Leon C., aka Morpheus. And you have been listening to the Academy of Wow. Like this, share this, support this. Check the book out, 2020 America Rise or Fall Hard, available on Amazon eBooks. It's still there. I know my Patreon is not much, but it is there if you want to support this channel to keep me going strong. And as you do, I will deliver and give more to you. And again, this ain't hate speech. I'm not a misogynist. I love my women, but I know women can do better. They just choose not to until it's called too late.